He is a half-zombie and the only key to the cure.
I like the new you.
I doubt you want to get to know the new me. You're not hiding bites under your dress, are you? Is that him?
I don't know.
I'll find you and eat your brains. A handshake. After all the shit we've been through. Together they created an island without zombies.
Hello everyone, Kino Jack is in touch and this is a short retelling of the 15th final episode of the second season of the zombie TV series Nation Z. The last video you relaxed a little and feel sorry for your likes. Since it is quite easy to get thousands of likes for such a ratio of views, but you are too lazy and this makes me very upset. You should understand that views and activity are what motivates any content maker to continue doing their job. Therefore, I ask you to support this video as much as possible, and in return I will retell the third season. And all the newcomers who appeared on this channel for the first time, I advise you to open the description of this video and look at the links first this story. Enjoy watching. Citizen Z is standing over a fire in a barrel and burning documents, trying to contact Operation Betty Mark to inform them that they have to abandon the mission. After receiving no response, his last battery runs out, after which he throws the headset and everything else into the flames and leaves, commenting that all good things should end. Back in California, Roberta and Vasquez are at the Rest and End Lounge restaurant and talking with their aunt, the owner of the establishment. After inspecting the place, Roberta waves Doc, Eddie, Tenka and Murphy to come inside. Everyone makes their way inside. Murphy hides under a suit of women's clothing. They talk about what is happening in the country with Auntie. The moment she asks them why they are in California, they hear the sound of a car pulling up. This is a group of bounty hunters. The bounty hunters come in and tell Auntie that they've heard that she's the one to talk to about Murphy. They have zombies, which, according to them, is Murphy, and they offer everyone a drink, as they are going to get their reward and want to celebrate. Murphy is sitting in a booth when one of the bounty hunters tries to hit on him and asks him to dance. Murphy tries to brush him off without words, but the zombies they have imitate his actions, which causes the main suspicion. He demands that Murphy take the scarf off his face because his fake zombie Murphy repeats his movement. A bounty hunter points a gun at Murphy, and everyone points a gun at people from another group. Murphy stands up and reveals his face. At the moment when the head bounty hunter demands that Murphy take off the dress he is wearing to examine him for bites, their fake zombie Murphy attacks the bounty hunter and bites him. The rest of the survivors, taking advantage of the opportunity, shoot the entire group of bounty hunters. As soon as the shooting stops, Tenka asks for help. They find him on the floor, bleeding from a gunshot wound to the stomach. While Doc tries to help 10K, Auntie makes sure that he really is Murphy. She goes outside and starts a signal fire to contact the Center for Disease Control, which, it turns out, is based on a submarine. At the Northern Light Camp, Citizen Z loads a dog sled with supplies. He puts on a harness and starts pulling the team. 2 military men show up in California to take Murphy to the submarine. Captain Matheson asks Dr. Murch to come to verify Murphy's identity. At first she says she doesn't recognize him, but when he shouts the same words about eating her brains as the last time they saw each other, she confirms that it's him. The military collects the Tenka and loads it into one of the cars while Murphy says goodbye to everyone. Doc insists on hugging him. Before Roberta allows them to take him away, she makes sure that they will treat him like a human being, as he is. They assure her that he will be treated with respect, and she pats his cheek. They leave, and the group goes to the house to help Auntie clean up the corpses. During their last trip with the bodies, someone shoots at them with pistols. The group takes cover behind several cars. Vasquez inspects the car and tells them it's the Zeros, led by a now completely distraught Lorraine. They are pinned to the ground until Auntie appears from behind and covers them with her machine gun. They rush inside and check their weapons, but realize they are almost out of ammo. Auntie presses the lever and a rack of weapons appears behind the counter. They are all loading weapons and trying to prepare for the attack of Zeros. On the submarine, Murphy learns that the crew belongs to a society consisting mainly of billionaires and former world leaders who currently live on a zombie-free island called the Zone. Murphy notices that everyone on the submarine has strange glowing eyes. Dr. Murch explains that this is a side effect of the first vaccine, which only slows down the effect of the virus. Currently, it also doesn't work and is slowly turning everyone into zombies. Murphy is strapped in, and Dr. Murch starts asking him medical questions. He is embarrassed and asks her to get rid of the two soldiers in the room. As soon as they leave, Dr. Murch turns around and sees Murphy standing right in front of her. He tells her that he is not going to treat a bunch of rich people, and informs her that he is going to do what he should have done a long time ago. Meanwhile, a big shootout takes place in Auntie's restaurant, during which Auntie turns into a zombie, and Doc shows her mercy. Eddie fights a man with a staff, and her bat is completely broken in half. She uses the broken-off upper part with spikes to hit the guy fighting her in the groin, which gives Roberta the opportunity to shoot him in the head. Lorraine arrives, and she and Roberta fight until Lorraine is about to kill Roberta, but the Scorpion also stabs her in the neck from behind. Returning to the North Pole, Citizen Z barely pulls the sled forward. He stops and looks straight ahead, his face covered in frost, unable to move on. A Scorpion apologizes to Vasquez for killing his family and says he can take revenge if he wants. However, he also wants him to know that the Scorpion died when he was thrown into a zombie. He, like Hector, wants to try to make amends for all the atrocities that Scorpio also committed. Vasquez spares Scorpio's life, after which Robert and Vasquez talk at the bar, and after Robert goes out and goes into the woods. As they walk to the beach, Robert, Doc and Eddie are stopped by Hector. He invites them to join him. He has enough food, water, and grass cartridges to last a month. They agree to go with Eddie, telling Roberta, if necessary, we will kill him and take the truck. When the group arrives at the beach, they discover that the submarine is sinking. Looking through the scope, Roberta sees that Murphy got out of the submarine and is now rushing to shore in a speedboat along with Dr. Murch, Captain Matheson and several soldiers. However, neither she nor Doc can see Tenka on the boat. At this moment, two planes fly overhead and Doc says that they are not American. Suddenly, the team is surrounded by Chinese soldiers. On the boat, Dr. Murch and Captain Matheson have Murphy's bites on their cheeks, and Murphy resolutely drives the boat with a heavy expression on his face. At the North Pole, Citizen Z is standing almost completely frozen when someone in a heavy coat approaches him. Murphy's little daughter, Lucy, is having a tea party with zombies that have quickly grown to the size of a 4 to 5-year-old child. When one of the zombies drops his cup, she tells him a bad zombie, while continuing to giggle.